Hi, I'm Gardener Scott. Do you have a lot of wine bottles and don't know what to do with them? Well, join me as I show you how to make a wine bottle garden border. You've probably seen a lot of ideas on how to use wine bottles in different crafts. As a gardener, I tend to focus a lot of my crafts on the garden, and I like wine, and we collect a lot of wine bottles. So it makes perfect sense to turn those wine bottles into a garden border. The size of the border you want to make will determine how many wine bottles you need. You can see this is a pretty lengthy section that I've got bordered, and it required a lot of wine bottles. Now, I don't drink that much. This is an accumulation over months and months, actually even a couple years. And finally, I had enough to complete this project. I had an idea of how many wine bottles I would need, but just to be sure, I laid them out side by side in the area where they were going to go to create the border. So that the border would be relatively straight, I put in a stake with twine attached. A year or so ago, I did put in a section of the wine bottle border with the wine bottles that I had at that time. So the twine that stretched to identify the new border was lined up with the bottles that were already in place with the first section of the border that I had already completed. And so with the line in place, it came time to start digging a trench where the wine bottles would rest. Now, the bottles will be in the ground about 6 to 8 inches. So the trench needs to be dug deep enough initially just so that the wine bottles can rest in and I don't have a lot of digging by hand. I'll dig a little bit deeper hole with my trowel to set the wine bottles in, and it's this point where I figure out what the height should be. Now, the line gives me a general idea, but I like variety with some of the wine bottles higher and some of the wine bottles lower. So it's just a simple matter of putting each bottle in, digging it out with the trowel, determining the height, and then filling the trench back in next to the wine bottles with some of the soil that I've dug out. When I first laid the wine bottles on their sides, I established the pattern I would be using with the different color of the wine bottles and the different shapes of the wine bottles. And so I just go down the row, putting the bottles in at the appropriate depth, digging out just a little bit more of each hole, and trying to make a relatively random look. Some of the bottles are clear, some of the bottles are green, some of the bottles are fat, and then I just set the soil in place, tamp it down a little bit, and continue working down the border, filling it in, tamping it down, adding more wine bottles, and continuing the process, which works pretty quickly. Now, all of these bottles that I've put into this border, I've placed with the bottom end up. You can easily do it the other way around with the top of the bottle facing up. In fact, I had a garden with gophers, and I had heard that if you put a wine bottle border in and you have a gopher problem, you should put the bottles in with the top side up. The idea is that as the wind blows over the top of the bottle, it causes a vibration. Have you ever done that where you take a jug and you blow in it and it makes a sound? That's the idea. Now, I don't know if there's any science behind that to prove that it actually works, but the bed that I had the bottles pointing up,
had fewer gopher problems than a lot of the other pets.
It doesn't take much time before you get really good at laying the bottles in place and just moving down the line. This long section, as you can see, just took a matter of minutes. One of the ways I find to make it easier to place the bottles in is to lay 2 or 3 bottles. You can see my left hand is actually holding the bottles in place while I move the soil back in and pack it down lightly. So I'm putting individual bottles in, holding groups of bottles, and then putting the soil back together. And because I've basically just planted these bottles in the ground, the last step is to water them in. The soil was just lightly tamped, but the water, as you allow it to soak through the soil, will go down and help anchor all of these bottles in place. And with some weather, they'll actually be strong and never move again. I chose to leave the labels on these bottles as I made this border, but you can easily take the labels off. Some of the labels just require soaking in soapy water and they'll peel right off. Some you'll have to use mineral spirits because it's a stronger glue. But whether you leave the labels on or take the labels off, how you design the border is totally up to you.
This fun project is best suited for an area that doesn't receive a lot of heavy foot traffic. If you put the wine bottles in an area with a lot of kids running around or maybe a lawnmower that'll kick up rocks, you run the risk of breaking the bottles, and nobody wants that to happen. This border in my garden is in a little out of the way spot that usually I'm the only one walking down this path. There you have it. How to make a wine bottle garden border. If you have any comments or questions, you can let me know below. If you haven't subscribed to the Gardener Scott channel, you can do so now. If you like the video, you can give me a thumbs up and share it. I'm Gardener Scott. Enjoy wine and enjoy gardening.